All right, welcome to the CodeX Cantina, where I am Una.
I am Crypto.
Are you reclusing me? What are you doing?
I was hiding too. I don't want to be on camera.
You little jokester, you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are doing the Recluse. Recluse.
Reckless. Is that a spider?
The book tag created by Mayberry Book Club, our good friend Matthew over there. We were actually tagged by another good friend, Alan, at Big Hard Books and Classics. We love both of those channels, great literary fiction channels. Enough praise. Let's get into the prompts that they put together for this, and I'm going to let you carry this one because I haven't even looked at these questions. I got to look at these questions real quick.
Right.
Number one.
Oh, you're going to read
I'll kick it off for you. Okay. What do you look for in the ultimate bookstore in under an hour?
Normally what happens is I get to the bookstore and my wife and I separate and I immediately start texting Una. And I'm like, what do I need what's on the schedule? What do I need? What do I need to buy? What am I looking for? So that's kind of one of the first things that usually happens. But I head over, to fiction somewhere and I start checking out sci-fi and fantasy first because that's where my heart lies. And then I'll go to classics, and then usually I'll mosey up onto the front, and there's usually some lady I can start charming, putting the schmooze on, and I check out the nicer books, the collectibles. Sometimes they have them in the glass cabinet, or they're up on a shelf or something, and sometimes you can get some of those at a good price, or whatever. I never trade books in, so I know that's like some people I've seen, like they walk in, they beeline it, and they have their stack of books to trade in, but I don't do that. So, and I don't think I could spend an hour there. The last time I was at a giant used bookstore with my sister and my wife, we were there for like 2 hours. So, because all of us are pretty avid readers.
This is a tough question. Because it says ultimate bookstore. Right?
I've never been.
I feel like you described an average bookstore visit.
What does ultimate mean? Ultimate just like,
dude, this is the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
This is your dream visit, and you're like, this is what I.
Well, I guess I was thinking about the last time that I was in a bookstore, because it's been a while because I don't go that often.
All right, man. So I'm in the ultimate bookstore. Okay.
Okay.
Like I don't have time to go get a latte at the coffee section. I'm in the ultimate bookstore, not the ultimate coffee store. Okay.
Do you have a cart or a basket?
I can't be slowed down with a cart. What if someone gets in my way?
How are you going to hold all the books? You're in the ultimate bookstore.
I need to do spin moves and dodges past people. I got places to go. All right, so ultimate bookstore experience. I got two things in mind. Okay. Now the day before, I'll have checked out where to go first, so I know which one's closer. Okay. I'm either going to the literary criticism section. Oh, how boring. Screw you, first of all. Let me tell my story.
Preach it.
The literary criticism section, wholly neglected in most bookstores. It's like, here's your one frickin' shelf, and here's your one case, and here's your one shelf for criticism. There's not much out there. You usually have to find a lot more online or in periodicals, basically, these days.
So you think the ultimate bookstore is going to be...
Dude, do you know what Jungle Jim's is?
No.
Okay, at one point, it was the largest grocery store in the United States of America. It's in Ohio. There's a monorail around it.
Wow.
There is literally an aisle, a grocery store, a whole aisle of just hot sauces with top shelves being locked with a key Tabasco sauces that are so hot that they have to unlock it for you to get to. This is the bookstore I'm in, okay? I'm in there's an entire aisle of just literary criticism where I can pick up all of the, not only the contemporary, but also just modern stuff going on, books that came out this month. There's already periodicals. Oh, I'm going nuts in this section looking for stuff. Okay, that's my first stop.
Okay.
My second stop, an often neglected thing. I think you'd like this. Going to the biography section.
I knew. Yeah.
Right? So how much was that Yukio Mishima, what was it, Sword and Steel and Sword, something like that?
$319 for a paperback.
No. It was $930. to get that biography, right? So my ultimate store, every author you can imagine, is going to have like a sweet biography on, which we use constantly because we really believe that stories are created out of experience or inspired from experiences in authors' lives. So I'm going to go nuts in those two sections for my ultimate experience.
Okay. Next question that is not on here. This is 1A.
Oh.
Is I'm adding to this. How much did you spend?
$931.
Touche.
All right, the actual question number 2. Who is your favorite reclusive character or novel with a reclusive / antisocial / loner character? A novel with an isolated or claustrophobic setting.
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack here, and I tried to, with my answer, because I thought about this, to kind of come up with stuff that kind of goes together, because I wanted to put it all together, if that makes sense. So my first one I thought was really, really creative, because it kind of puts all of this together, is The Grinch.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's a great one.
He's recluse in his cave, all right, up on top of Whoville, and this is kind of a claustrophobic setting, and it is crazy out there because Whoville is on a snowflake.
What do you mean it's on a snowflake?
In the movie version, they fly into a snowflake to get to Whoville.
What do you mean movie version? What's the movie version?
With Jim Carrey.
Oh. Well, I mean, there's been like 3 or 4 Grinches. I'm just asking.
Oh, okay. Well, in that one, they like fly into a snowflake to get to Whoville. So I always imagine Whoville's on a snowflake.
Okay.
And then my other answer, kind of my favorite reclusive characters or like settings, go back to Stephen King. I think he does a great job of that with the horror sci-fi vibe because it really sets the tone for his stories / books / movies is going to be The Shining. Yeah, The Shining is a great setting. And then I can't remember. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. The lady main character in Misery.
Annie Wilkes?
Annie Wilkes. Yes.
Yeah.
Annie Wilkes in Misery. That's a great reclusive character setting for that story as well.
I think why reclusive characters are interesting from a writing perspective is you feel like as the viewer, you're in on a secret, right? You're learning this character that no one else knows. Like you're special as a viewer, that you're here learning about this character that no one else knows about. And it gives you kind of like I don't want to say authentic, but a unique experience. I feel like
you're a fly on the wall.
Yeah. So I did not plan any of this in advance, so I don't really know what to say either. My mind is currently toiling, I don't know why, between the Hermit from 3 Questions. The guy was awesome. Okay. He knew it, right? He knew everything.
Yeah.
I've got Hermit Yoda.
Okay.
And
that's a good one.
My other option that I'm currently toiling with in my head is Radagast.
That's pretty good. You came up with those 3 off the top of your head.
Isn't Radagast like the most underrated? He's the brown wizard. Like how badass is that? That just sounds awesome.
Good job to you, sir. Points awarded to you.
Dude, do you know what Radagast can do?
Tell me.
You're damn right you don't know. He's reclusive, all right? But when you find out, you will feel really special. All right, question 3. With funny. A week off and no obligations, what books would you like to read?
The other night, I'm laying in bed and I'm looking over the questions and I'm talking with Mrs. Crypto about this. And I say, hey, if I had a week off, and I didn't have to do anything at all, I could just kind of read, I was like, you think I could read like a big book? I could, knock it out quick or whatever. And she's like, yeah, you're a pretty quick reader. You probably could if you had, minimal things to do, obligations. I'm like, yeah, I think I could. And she's like, why? What book are you thinking? I'm like, I think I would want to do a really big book. And we've been kind of on this Tolstoy kick. And there's a book that I've never read that I'm kind of ashamed that I've never read. And she goes, no way. She's like, no way. You're going to say that? She's like, say it. And she's like, War and Peace. She's like, oh my God. She's like, that's what I was thinking you should read. Isn't that crazy? Is that what you were thinking?
That was one of my answers that I just came up with just now.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. No. Yeah, War and Peace is one of those ones that...
Yeah.
Well, I think if I heard correctly, I have never verified this. There are 365 chapters. If I heard correctly,
it's 1,236 pages on a quote normal book. So
is that 20 pages a day roughly?
No, you'd have to do 120 pages a day.
No,
in a week.
What would you say? It was 1,200 pages.
Yeah, you have a week
divided by 52 weeks is 23 pages a week.
No, you have a week, not a year.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I just.
How many beers have you had?
Going on. There's one in the recycling, but we're on our fourth beer right now.
Nice. No, you have 1 week to read it.
For stay-at-home dad Una, that's a lot. Okay. I was going down a different route with one chapter a week. Okay, so you have to do. I could do it.
120 pages basically a day, right?
Yeah, I could totally do that. I would totally be down for that too. Like
Leo.
You name.
Somebody's gonna challenge us on that, now. Be like, hey,
you name the week, and I will be there for the week of War and Peace.
Oh man, we're gonna get Tolstoy triggered challenged now.
Dude, we struggled so hard to do the Temple of the Golden Pavilion in one review. Like our first full novel in one review. Like we struggled with that. Imagine trying to do War and Peace in one review. It's impossible.
You
can't do it. You can't do it.
Well, we could. It would be a 4-hour video. And we would be very, very, very we'd be dead drunk, literally.
Yeah. As the video wore on. Do you have another selection, or is it just that?
Nope, that was my only one. That was my story.
Right. So I thought of two. One was War and Peace.
Okay.
These are on the fly. The other one is the one that you and I have been talking about. I'm highly interested, and they just announced, our friends are doing the Way of Kings read-along by Brandon Sanderson. I'm so thirsty to read that book. I don't know what it is, but it's probably because all of my friends are reading. It's the peer pressure, fear of missing out. I've got FOMO. I've got book FOMO. I got fear of booking out. I've got FOBO.
Is he literally reading it to you guys?
No. It's over 2 months. So the fourth Stormlight Archive, if I've got that term correct, this Brandon Sanderson series, they've come out with 3 books already. Oh, yeah. And it's about 4,000 pages, which is about the Dark Tower series, which we're taking forever to get through, right? But they're coming out with the 4th one in November, so they're doing 1 book a month, so 1,200 pages every 2 months. I'm sorry, I should say 2 months. And I'm jonesing to jump in on it, but it's just too much. Like that's too many pages, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But it'd be easy reading for you. I don't know the story. I've never read it. I have not read Sanderson in a long time, but it's not, if you're just reading for fun and pleasure, you'd be able to burn through it, I think.
Pleasure. Reading for the pleasure. You know what? One of these days, I'll figure out how to schedule in that we'll just do a 1-book review for fun on that and just to see how it goes. I think we should do that one day.
Okay. Sure. All
right. Question number 4. What books would you actually be reading? I don't get this question. What does that mean? Explain this to me.
So this is in reference to question 3. So you have to have some context of you have a week off. What books would you like to read if you had no obligations? And then this one is, what books would you actually read? And this answer is really easy. Whatever's on Una's schedule.
You will do my schedule and you will like it.
Yep.
So is another way to interpret this question if you had to do a week with obligations?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
I'm really thirsty for Milkman.
Okay, haven't heard that.
Anna Burns is it? Ooh, people are going to light me up for getting this one wrong. It won some 2019 awards, and I've seen Sonia from An Enthusiastic Reader, Brian from Bookish, Sean, the Book Maniac. I think Mark Nash also wrote. We write our videos down in terms of outlines. They probably just get up in our naturals and are good in front of the camera, but they all made videos about just nothing negative was said, basically, I feel like, between the 4 of them, that I really want to check that book out at some point in time. And I you know that thing, like the dance where you add something to your wish list on Amazon, and you're like, no, save it for later. I'm going to add it back in on. Oh, no, I can't do that. I'm going to add it to my Christmas list. And then one day you're going through your Christmas list. I'm going to add that to the cart. I've done that dance with Milkman several times right now.
Cool.
Did you answer this one already?
Yeah, I said it would be your schedule.
Oh, That's really going to be your answer is my schedule?
Midnight Sun. I'm jonesing for it. I need me some Edward.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Give me that pomegranate love.
No, I will. I'll be reading, as I said in a previous video, I'll be reading in July the new Dresden Files. I absolutely love that series. We're on book 17 or 18. It's one of my favorite series of all time. So I'm really excited to get back to that because Jim Butcher had a lot of personal issues and he hasn't written a book in like 2 or 3 years. So excited to get back to Mr. Harry Dresden.
Dude, I'm kind of hungry for it. Now that we're talking about it, you know what?
Wings.
Dude,
I haven't had wings in so long because of quarantine. I need wings.
Every other day, my wife asks me, she's like, what do you want for dinner? And I'll be like, that's literally what I say. It's like, I want wings. Like, I just, it's driving her nuts. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out our video. We apologize if we got a little bit too loose. Apologize. 4th video of the night. What do you expect? Subscribe for more discussions on the literary books. Una out.
Peace. I don't know where my mouse is. Oh, I just dropped my phone. I'm falling apart here.